Hi, Gamma. Thank you for coming through. I thought that live was very awesome. I had a good time over there, just talking about the garden. Whew. And one of the things I was gonna mention, and I know I ain't say nothing, but I know through this hospital situation that I done went through, I done had enough people to tell me, um, it's gonna be some ups and downs. Today is definitely um one of those down days. It's like where the pain disappears or whatever. But in this process, it's a learning process. So um you learning that if you push your body too far, the pain can return just like it was before. So today has been one of the most painful days that I've had since I left the hospital, so much so that I actually thought about going back to the hospital. That's how it's been. So it's just, but I don't really want to just be sitting inside of the hospital. Um, because basically is what they're doing in the hospital is like pain management because it is very, very painful and putting you on an IV. So today I've just been really like trying to stay on top of like all of my fluids and stuff like that. And I have pain meds, but I don't really want to take the pain meds, but I will take them because with this, you need it. It's just no way around it. But today was a, a rough day. I don't think it's no time that went by. I done had my hand on my stomach the whole entire day. And so it's like they'll give you a list of foods and stuff that you should or should not eat. And even though they give you that list of stuff, your body is different from everybody else's body. So you don't know what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. And because there was three things that I kept up with yesterday. And yesterday, and most of it is all bland stuff, right? And so I'm getting information from people that have been through this before or whatever, cuz and looking up your own information or whatever. But it's like bland, no seasonings, no stuff like that right there. I think you can use a little bit of salt or whatever, but like all them other seasonings and stuff, you have to like steer clear of that. So yesterday, my meal was, and this is all day long. This is all I'm telling you. This is what I ate for, and you have to eat little small meals because it make you feel like you real bloated or whatever. So you kind of have to deal with it. So I was just alternating yesterday with um I cooked spinach with just a little bit of olive oil in it. Fresh spinach, sweet potatoes, and um grilled chicken that I did on top of the stove and a little bit of olive oil too. So I just like ate off of that all day yesterday. And I'm it alone is just as plain as can be. And I still giving me the 1-2 punch. So, you know, I don't know. Um and I just said, maybe I'm gonna take the chicken off of there and then I'm gonna just do the spinach and the sweet potato. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna work for me. But you know, this is how this game is going. But I just want to be rid of this pain and not have it ever come back again. So my day don't consist of sitting around somewhere just holding on to my stomach. And I went over to Gamma's tonight and we had a good old conversation. We got some people that's joining into the garden, getting ready to grow some stuff or whatever. So that's always exciting for me. And it was able to allow me to forget about some of the pain that I'm in. So that was awesome. And I just love when people get into, growing. But yes, Gamma, that's what I heard because one of my subscribers named GL, she usually be in here at nighttime, but GL was one that she went through it before. And she was like, you just have to take it slow and see what works for you. And it basically is like a trial and error of you learning what's gonna work for you and what's not gonna work for you. And I wish it was just like some kind of magical source to get there because that means the error part of it is you gonna be in some pain. And so yeah, I just child, I don't know about it. And it kind of make you feel like then I just don't want to eat nothing at all. Oh yeah, and then I have mango in between, like for a snack with nothing on it. I told y'all before, I usually eat mango with vinegar, salt, and pepper on it. I just been eating the pieces of the mango with nothing on it, just plain. So it's like it's kind of boring, but I'm still getting the 1-2 punch from it. So yes, Gab, I really enjoyed myself over there. But how y'all day been going? I don't want to talk about this forever. I just wanted to go ahead and let it off because it is something that's happening in my life right now. Y'all done been in the hospital with me and seen everything that I've been going through. So how I'm gonna come on here and talk to y'all about it and then not give an update. So and I've told you about the good days. A lot of my days have felt like literally I've been teetering back and forth and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home." And then it's like soon as like I start thinking about I'm gonna go home because y'all know what that means. Once I go home, once I go home, then that mean I'm finna go back into my garden and start doing what I've been doing. Hey, Dana. Well, Dana, probably I think since the last time you've been in here, you may have missed that I just recently got out of the hospital. So, for pancreatitis. And so I'm going through my journey with that of learning how to, work through this. And right now it's like I've been telling everybody like I felt normal as long as my pain was under control, but I was able to go a couple of days without even taking no medication. And then here it is when you start trying to um figure your meals out and stuff like that. It's like a trial and error things, and trust me, the error costs you. The error causes you some pain. So it's like, whew, yeah. If I ain't got it, Dana, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it after a while. But sometimes it's hard on the body with no meds. Yes, it is, but the pain meds is not something like you mandatory take. You take them as needed, and so there's days that I can go without taking anything. I had some days like that. I explained. I talk through it when I come on here and everything. No meds at all. But then let me tell you something. I have a high pain tolerance. This right here just ain't a pain. This ain't a pain that you even want to play with. So trust me, when I'm in pain, I'm going to take something. I'm going to take something for the pain. That's not the problem. It's just I want to know what can I skip around to, because it's about what the food that you're eating. But everything that I ate yesterday is all in my thing that tells me I can have this, and this. Spinach is actually one of the things it encourages you to eat green leafy foods. Um, and so I put the spinach in there. So I'm like, could that have been it? No butter, no vegetable oil. I use olive oil. They encourage olive oil if you in in replacement of like butter and stuff like that. Usually only little bits of it because um I just needed to get it going to like get my spinach to going. Um Sweet potato. Nothing on the sweet potato. I put a little bit of brown sugar on it. When I say a little bit, it's a little bit. But, you know, I don't know. I will figure it out. You are your own best advocate. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. My father is addicted. Well, see, Dana, that's right there what I'm talking about right now. I don't want to I don't want to run up on that and that's exactly what they offer to you. That's what they give you as a prescription when you leave the hospital. It is definitely opioids. So um and I don't want that experience. And I know that I used to drive people um to their appointments, to like methadone appointments and stuff like that. So I know the stories, that my clients and stuff used to share with me about how easy it is to, be going through pain management. And then the next thing y'all excuse me because I keep seeing like a little piece of hair or something sticking out that I'm trying to grab for. That you're trying to go through like pain management, and the next thing you know, you going through this thing trying to do what is best for you, and before you know it, you got another problem. It's just all medicines be having side effects. Whether it's gonna give you diarrhea, whether it's gonna make your nose have a nosebleed or whatever. All medications have side effects. And just so happen one of the side effects for some pain meds is you can actually get addicted to them. So I don't want no parts of that. So when I'm taking them, I always have that in the back of my mind that I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm dealing with that. So, I just kind of be mindful of, dealing with that right there, but also making sure that I'm straight at the same time. And trust me, I done tried to do the Tylenol thing versus that. I mean, when this pain come on right there, Tylenol ain't gonna do it. It don't do it. Yeah, it's very painful. Because of the hospital, I can offer you pain management advice. Well, I'm here and I'm willing to. What you got for me? My father refuses to listen, but I've saved his life 8 times. No butter and no cheese. Yeah, no butter, no cheese. Uh, Okay, Dana, what you say? You need those. It, let me tell you something. I think, and there's no you ain't supposed to have no red meat, so that means like no beef or no nothing. Beef is like one of my favorite things, but not steak or whatever. Like I like ground beef mostly or a hamburger. But steak, stew beef and stuff like that, I don't eat none of that stuff no way. So it ain't really super hard for me to stay away from red meats. But let me tell you something. Butter and cheese is two of the things that I really, really that I really, really like. And so, but it's one of the things that I know that they saying stay away from it. So I'm trying to stay away from that stuff right there. And I have been so far. But yeah, you know. But I made some broccoli like 3 nights ago, and it did have butter in it. I ate some of that, but I didn't have any stomach pain from it, and I don't know if it lingered around and waited, but I don't think 3 days later I would be feeling anything from it. I'm just associating it with, but still, like I wouldn't want to keep playing down those lines. Yeah, but I wish I could have those things. There's things that I don't have cheese every day, but then you know how it is when soon as you can't have something, it seems like it's the thing that you want, whatever. So, and no fried foods. Um, you can have fried foods, but if you're gonna fry it, then you should use olive oil. No, it says absolutely no vegetable oil and stuff like that. So, I don't know. You always, whenever you do that, then you get the urge to eat the things that you ain't supposed to eat. What about intermittent fasting? The thing is, the way I've done intermittent fasting before. I did that when I lost all of the weight that I lost. The thing is with that, having pancreatitis, they don't want you to have one large meal. They want you to break that one large meal down into like maybe four small tiny meals, so the less work your pancreas have to do. Um, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to avoid going back to the hospital. And they did tell me that very well, you may end up coming back here because they couldn't find the reason of why this is happening to me. The only thing that came off the top of the head was stress. And for those of y'all who've been following my page, I've definitely been through some stressful stuff or whatever. So, I don't know. But other than that, they ain't been able to find what the problem is. So they told me it's not out of the ordinary for you to have to turn around and make a trip back to the hospital or whatever it is. I ain't trying to go there and sit up in there for them to medicine feed me all day long, um, put me on an IV or whatever. If I have to, I will, but that ain't what I want to do. But yeah, I could definitely do the intermittent fasting, but that's not how they want you to do it. And plus, and on top of that, if I did that in between the times, then my blood sugars be dropping down to in the 60s and stuff. So that was one of the problems that I had in the hospital. I didn't even have when I was in the hospital, I didn't have an appetite at all. Um, but they was like, no, you're gonna have to try and eat something because it wasn't that I couldn't eat, and I just didn't have no appetite. And so, but anyways, it's their answer for everything. Okay. But once you are, they act like you are a junkie. I imagine they do. So I don't even want to get to that place. Hey, Silky Black, how you doing? Have you ever tried kratom? No, I ain't never heard of that, Dana. What is that? Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Give me my butter. Right, give me my butter and cheese. Butter and cheese is like that's the thing. That's a whole grilled cheese sandwich without the bread, right? uh oh, Phoenix, thank you. Broccoli gotta have cheese and butter. Yeah, I usually now let me tell you something. I can eat broccoli. Um, I learned to eat it without um putting anything on it. Um, but I can eat broccoli with just like a little bit of vinegar, just a little bit poured on it would be fine for me. I actually do love butter with my broccoli. But child, I've been able to avoid it, but when they go to telling you you can't have that stuff, it's like, what? um, yes, y'all, please hit the like button for me. I'd really appreciate it, and the subscribe button too if you want to on the way. Air fryer. I haven't tried anything in the air fryer yet, but I'm sure you can, especially you can't they don't want you to have no seasonings and all of that kind of stuff or whatever. So nope, I do not have my gallbladder. My gallbladder was took out a long time ago, back in 2012. I think it was, and that's one of the things that they said could be a problem because sometimes your gallbladder be still making stones or whatever, and then it can go in, the stones can go in front of it and block it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, my gallbladder is gone. So why I didn't know stress could cause that. Absolutely. Man, let me tell you something. It's so many things that stress can cause to your body. It do all kinds of stuff for us. And then all at the same time, I'm going through menopause all at the same time, where the body be going up and down. You can go without your period for 4 5 months. It don't really want to complete, the body don't completely want to submit. It don't completely want to submit, because I'm like, girl, if you gonna go ahead and go into menopause, go ahead and do it. Don't play around with it. Just go ahead and do it. You can go 4 5 months, sometimes 6 months without your period, and then bam, it all of a sudden show up. So you know, it's just so many things. And then part of me is like, is the stress was part of the thing of not your period not showing up for so long. I don't know, but even before then, it was going through that. So you know what? These women bodies be going through be going through all kinds of things. And I say women's body because I'm a woman at the beginning and the end of the day. I don't be knowing nothing about what no man body be going through unless he tell me about it or whatever. But I know this woman thing be thinging. So it be going through all kinds of emotions and stuff. But yes, Gamma, stress can cause you all kind of stuff. Oh no, Dana, don't say that word. Don't say that, girl. No, I'm not diabetic. I used to be diabetic, right? I used to be diabetic. And I never was what they would actually call diabetic. I'm what they call pre-diabetic, right? When they see your A1Cs raising up and you get to a 5.7, then they they call that like well, actually I didn't get to a 5.7, I got to 5.4. So when they see you in those numbers like that, they call that pre-diabetic. And so I never went all the way up to it, but they saw the potential in me. And plus one time when I got pregnant, um I was gestational. So they say, well, if you gestational, then most likely you'll end up being diabetic. So what I did was I jumped on it ahead of time. I started taking metformin, and I was the kind of job that I was doing to help like motivate me to move around and all of that kind of stuff. I did all of that, and my weight started to go down just a little bit. But while I was on that kick, then I went down to four. I think I was down to 4.7. My A1C went down to 4.7. And my doctor said that it was my choice. I asked her, could I stop taking the medicine? What would she advise? And she said that it was my choice because I got my A1Cs down. And she was like, you need to stay on top. Y'all probably gonna hear a lot of noise in the background because there's a party over here. So y'all just pretend like y'all don't hear that. But she said it was fine for me to come off of them, but if I can't maintain, then it's gonna be a good idea to get back on it. So what I did was, once I stopped taking the metformin, I went full throttle and started doing like yard work and all of that kind of stuff to like keep myself busy because I don't want to have to take no medicine. Then I started doing the yard work, and I ended up losing another 100 and because I lost like 20 something pounds before I quit the metformin. Um and then I think I've lost 27 pounds before when I at the time that I quit metformin. And then after the metformin, after I quit taking metformin, I lost an additional 104 pounds. So totaling 130 pounds. Which then brought my A1C levels back down, and then I'm good. So no, I'm not a diabetic, but I have been headed in that place. I don't want to be. And it's in my family, it's on my mama's side and it's on my daddy's side. So um yeah, I'll be trying to watch for those things. The only thing in the hospital when I was there was I had issues with my sugar kept dropping down. But then if you ain't eating nothing, then you gonna have that problem. And I was eating absolutely nothing. Hey Shakira, how you doing tonight? Um it's supposed to be a natural pain killer. Cram Kratom. I gotta go and look that up. It's supposed to be a natural painkiller and it takes care of inflammation. Yeah, they say turmeric, use a lot of turmeric, but they also said that I went and there's this other doctor that's on here, and I don't want to say her name wrong, but um she a doctor that's on here, but she said don't reason I ain't really messing with turmeric right now is because they say don't mix turmeric and spinach together at the same time. I forgot what it said to do because I ain't got my little notebook right next to me. But it say you ain't supposed to mix the two of those together. So I will research if it's hard on the pancreas. Yeah, I've never heard of that. I love the natural things. This all this medicine and stuff is like crazy for me. I'm sitting up here eating deal cheese right now. Listen at you, Gamma. Who never heard of vinegar and broccoli, raw or cooked? It's cooked broccoli, that I eat with the vinegar on it. But then too, if the broccoli was raw, I don't eat salad dressing. I don't see how people eat salad dressing. Salad dressing is nasty. I don't care which one it is, from the ranch all the way down to the vinaigrette. I don't mess with no salad dressing. You know what I eat on a salad? This what my salad is built of: the lettuce, tomatoes, grilled chicken, croutons, and maybe some shredded cheese. It don't have to be, and mustard. That's how I eat my salad. And not no honey mustard and none of that stuff right there. I'm talking about some plain old yellow mustard. That's how I eat mine's on. I air fry 90% of my cooked food. Yeah, I told y'all I throw my air fryer. I had came home from one of them train rides that I had took out, and my kids done tore the dough off the air fryer and everything. And because it looked so ugly, I just took it and slung it outside on the side of the road. And somebody came down the road and picked it up and took it. I guess my what I figured was trash, they figured it was treasure and they took it. And my daughter liked to had a fish. She was like, I need another air fryer. So I gotta go and buy another one. But yeah, I got rid of it. But the air fryer do be cooking some good some good stuff in them. Sea moss, and I've already told you about milk thistle, dandelion root, um, nettles, and chamomile. Let me screenshot that because I ain't got my and I do remember you telling me about that, Shakira, but that was on one of them nights. Well, sorry about that, y'all. That was on one of them nights where we was getting a whole bunch of information was coming through at the same time. And I probably got it in my notes. I just didn't I just ain't go back and look over the top of it. But good fixture, you were a pre LOL turned to a pro on sugar. Yeah, I don't like taking um no medicines and stuff like that. So anything that I can do um to get off of it, I don't want to go to no party. These and that's younger folks. So that's why that's why I'm back here where I am. We invited to the us grown folks are invited to the party, but we just prefer not. We don't want to party with the young ones. And they not real young. They in their 20s or whatever, but child, please, I don't want to party with no young folks like that. So no. This we at the party right now. I'm partying with y'all. Child, I didn't know you lost all that weight. Good for you, Tashana. That's inspiring. Thank you, Gamma. Yeah, it's all Gamma. All of that is documented. There's a picture of me in my. It's far back in my community wall. You have to go and look at it. And maybe one of the another day I have to take another picture and show you. Like my head was like 3 times bigger than my head's 3 times bigger than what it is right now. And yes, all this like I still got like the extra skin up under here from it. See if like I pull on it or whatever, you can see like yeah, used to be big. Like I used to have a huge extra big chin or whatever. But yeah, it's like but I used to be very, 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 not that I ain't big right now, but a lot bigger than 100 and something pounds heavier than I am right now. So I lost a whole person. And trying to go a little bit more, but not off the basis of being sick. I'll be back off to research for you, girl. Okay, thank you very much, Dana. Um, man, I wish I could eat my salad without dressing. Yeah, I've never liked dressing before. Hey, Shamika. Shamika, that's what we talking about in here right now, child. Just I'm going through the ups and downs of trying to figure this thing out. Right now, they say you learn trial and error, and right now I'm in error because I'm in pain and have been all day long. I don't even remember how many days I've been out the hospital now, but I spent almost a week in the hospital and I probably been home for um I don't know if it's been quite a week yet that I've been out the hospital. It might be just a week that I've been out of the hospital, but yeah. So trying to figure this whole thing out that you have to figure out by trial and error because um it's the things that you eat that can trigger it. And they can give you a good list of things that you can and cannot eat, but it still don't mean that it ain't gonna trigger your body to go back into the pain that you was feeling. So yeah, I love my air fryer. Yeah, my kids definitely loved it. But when you old school and everything, it'd be hard for you to get into those things. So I ain't hardly ever used it. But my kids love the air fryer. I love water, mayonnaise, mustard, salt, pepper, garlic, shaking all over my salad. Um, okay then, girl, you made up. That sound like your own salad dressing right there. I just bought a Ninja Dual basket. It cooks two different foods at different temperatures and times. I haven't taken it out the box, but I'm excited to use it. All righty then Gamma, give us some tutorials and everything when you start cooking on it so we all can know about it. You know what I'm saying? And all your gifts that you about to get for your birthday. Y'all, Gamma finna get ready to have her birthday, y'all. She got some gifts and stuff over there. I'll be over there being nosy to see what you got. uh okay, oregano is the big thing for you apparently. A staple in your meals and it will help cleanse the pancreas. Oregano? Really? I just sit down and eat the what they want. Is it the fresh one or is it the seasoning itself? The oregano, like the regular plants or whatever. Should I go get that and dump it in with my spinach and cook it like that and just eat spinach and oregano all day long? They say I can eat any like green leafy things or whatever, but child, I don't know. Girl, let me get my other phone and scroll back to see you before. Yeah, go. It's I have there's some pictures on here that is side by side. It's on my community wall, but you got to scroll back sometime. But there's a picture of me now, and then a picture of me then. But I child, I don't mind posting them. You see, your girl was I still consider myself huge right now, but huge, huge. I was dang near 400 pounds. Yes, ma'am. Um, also, also Google this natural supplement. Um, oh, I ain't gonna even try to pronounce that right there. I'm so sorry I keep blanking y'all off like that. I'm trying to do screenshots, so I'm so sorry. I don't be knowing I'm doing this a new phone too. Hey, Justice Reacts. Um, much love, letting phone charge. Hey, Enoch. Hey, now did you watch that movie? I absolutely did watch that movie and watched it all the way to the end. And that story was just like Job, and he got his family back and everything at the end. I absolutely did watch it. It took me some time to watch it. You know how many times the whole time I was in the hospital, I tried to watch that movie. To hell and back, y'all. Those of y'all who don't know what movie we talking about, Enoch gave me the movie To Hell and Back to watch. I tried to watch it in the hospital. It was so many distractions and everything. I couldn't even watch it right. I had to get out of the hospital, go to a friend's house, and then I finally was able to watch it. I pressed play and pause, and so many times I just kept having to restart it. But yes, it ultimately turned out to be a really good movie. And it's on Tubi, y'all. I saw you I saw you doing the ninja basket gamma. It's nice. Yeah, I ain't see it. I have to go over there and look. You got it in your in your videos or something. Just as I gotta open the box now. I will do some shorts on it. Okay then. Yeah. So what? Hey, Black Coffee, how you doing tonight? Um. But yeah, y'all. Tonight we was over. And listen, let me tell you something. I'm not good at faking right now. Let me tell y'all something. These pains hitting me, making my voice shaky. I am here to tell you, the pains are hitting me, and they is literally making my voice shaky. But anyways, I be trying to like push through them and everything. But we were over at Gamma's World earlier tonight, and I've been trying to y'all, when we be coming on here talking about the garden and stuff, y'all know I be like, I go into my romantic voice when it comes to the when it comes to the gardening, try to work that magic. But I really do love the garden. There's people in this world, they try to talk you into doing things that are not so good. Then there's people that try to talk you into things that's beneficial for your life. And then there's people who try to talk you into things that are immaculate for your life. Me, I view gardening as something very, very immaculate, and it adds such joy and stuff to your life if you get into it. You know what I'm saying? And so tonight we did Gamma invited me over to get her started on growing stuff. And just like it is when you're growing something in the garden and people think it's a lot of work, we got over there and got started. She started her garden and it literally didn't even feel like we were into gardening. Before you know it, we was into a conversation for 2 hours, and 2 hours of talking about nothing but the garden. And you would think that it would get boring. No, there's nothing boring about it, because you don't even understand. It's not just like you growing food to feed your family or no nothing. It's beneficial in so many ways. A lot of us stressed out, um, overworked, underpaid, and got a whole lot of things going on. The garden is one place that you can go to, and it's not a place that you go to and you view it as it's a lot of work. No, the garden is the place that you run to when you need your peace, when you want your peace. Um, and it actually absorbs the stresses of everyday life from your body. And you ain't got to believe me. If you just be willing to try it, you will see the joy in doing that. And for you to be able to do that, you don't got to go and buy no seeds and no nothing. You go and buy groceries from the grocery store. Use your groceries to start your garden. Now, I ain't gonna go into the whole spiel of how you can grow your groceries. If you got a question about something that you got from the store and you want to learn how to grow it, all you got to do is ask the question. I will be more than happy, more than happy to tell you how to do it, honey child. But you absolutely can Grow your groceries. So maybe maybe that'll be the next one. Maybe that'll be the next one on my thing because I actually got that. I got that wrote on my list because you gave that to me the other night. I believe you because I get joy in just talking about it. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like that. Um, and let me tell you something. I try not to like bore anybody, but sometimes like I don't even think about it. It's just I just get so much joy out of growing things. I can sit here all day and tell you about stuff that I never went and bought a seed for. I don't like one of the things I like to tell about is you know how you go to the grocery store and you buy strawberries, right? Some people might say, girl, we tired of hearing you talk about them damn strawberries. But it's one of my things, right? Go to the strawberry. You know, every time you buy strawberries, there's always one you going through there when you washing them off or whatever. Come in. Hey.
I'm just getting Lorelai's close.
Okay. Um, you know when you go to the grocery store, there's in the strawberries, there's always one that maybe have a soft spot or something like that on it when you rinsing it off or whatever. And you know, you cut that soft spot off on it, right? Instead of throwing that soft spot in the garbage can, you just put it face down onto the napkin. You know, the part that you, let me see, what's the inside of the strawberry? You put that part face down on the napkin and you just let it sit there. It will draw all of the liquids from out of the strawberry. And what you'll have the next day is the seeds that are sitting there and they dried on top of the paper, right? On the paper napkin. You just take you a little whatever, a little bowl or whatever. I started off with a little Tupperware bowl. Rub the seeds off of the paper into the Tupperware bowl and cover it with saran wrap, making like a greenhouse. Set it out on the rail where the sun can go on it. You don't have to worry about watering because the condensation from the saran wrap is going to drip on there. And then it's like watching paint dry on the wall, so you don't want to watch it every day. You kind of want to like set it and forget it. But then you want to go back and check on it at least like once a week, right? Because as soon as you start to see like little green growing in there, you want to poke little holes over the top of it with a toothpick. And the strawberry plants will continue to come up. And before you know it, you'll be growing strawberry plants and they start to multiply. So strawberry is one of the things. My next thing that I love to tell people about is pineapples. When you get your pineapple from the grocery store, I actually have shorts here. Go back into some of my older shorts and you'll see all of this stuff that I'm talking about. I have some tutorials and stuff on here of how to do it. But I have one video on here in my shorts called how to recycle a a strawberry. I bet a pineapple. You can twist the top of the head off of it. If you strip down some of those little the little pokey things on top of on the green part. I don't know what you call them, so I ain't no professional at this, but I can tell you how to grow some food, right? Peel some of those things off of it. You will see that it has roots coming out of the sides of it. You just take that and stick it down in the ground, give it a little bit of water and leave it. It will grow like an aloe plant and it grows very, very pretty. Remember, I'm talking about your pineapple that you go to the grocery store and you buy, and you might spend $2 or $3 on that pineapple. I don't know. But if you're gonna go to the grocery store and buy it, don't it make sense that you can stick it in the ground and grow it like it's one of your hedges or something like that, and it grows really pretty until the day you go to walk past it, and then you see something red growing in the center of it, and you like, well, what is that? Honey, before you know it, that's the start of you a new pineapple. And you should do that with every pineapple that you get. Don't throw it in the garbage can. You can regrow it and grow it yourself. I've been doing it for a while. Last year, I got 22 fresh pineapples that grew right outside in my yard. And I ain't bought not one seed, no nothing. That's called letting your groceries work for you. The next one I'm gonna tell you about. I know y'all be in them doing potatoes. See, well, I do potatoes a lot because I make I don't my kids like French fries that you can buy from the grocery store, but me myself, I prefer peeling potatoes or leaving the skin on and frying potatoes myself. Hey, Fatima. Um, I prefer to cut potatoes up myself. But let me tell you something. You buying your potatoes from the store, when you peel them, you take the peelings and this ain't no hard work, and I'm not telling you. Notice I didn't say go out there and keep on doing X, Y, and Z to them. I just said go out there and stick it in the ground, put a little bit of water on it, walk away from it, and leave it there. Um, Mother Nature got a way of taking care of stuff that you just put down on the ground, right? When you peel those peelings off of your potatoes, go and just put a trench in the ground long enough for you to sprinkle those potato peelings, just the peelings, into the ground, and push the dirt that you dug up out of there, push it back on top of it. Put some water on it, walk away from it, and leave it. The best place for you to do it is like where water runs off of your house at, down into that trench right there. You're not going to get a whole lot of rain. Potatoes don't require a whole lot of water, but they do require some water. So on the days that it rains, you can use the rainwater to water them. Your potatoes will start to grow there, and they grow nice potatoes just like you do from the store, only from just the skin of the potato. That's how you get more use out of it. You buy tomatoes from the store to make you a salad. All you ever realize how many seeds left on that cutting board after you finish cutting that tomato open? Tons of seeds. Instead of raking them into the garbage or shooting them down the garbage disposal, go out there and find you a place in your yard where you don't walk around that much and it's dirt there. I didn't tell you to dig no hole or no none of that. Go flake those seeds on the ground and walk away from it. I ain't even gonna tell you to throw no dirt on top of it. The tomato plant got a way of digging its own self into the ground and growing its own self. It don't need your help by no means. I'm telling you, just that simple can start you to growing something. And then when you start to grow your own stuff and you realize the difference in the taste between what you grew and what you've been getting from the grocery store, will change your life. I'm telling you. Because you're going to realize the stuff you growing don't taste like the stuff at the store. And then you're going to start to wondering what they doing to the food at the grocery store. And not necessarily, but they do stuff to our food. You just never know. Let me tell you something. There's a video going around on YouTube right now. A whole man walking around in Walmart, and there's a lot of us that like to shop at Walmart. Man walking around with black flag. Y'all know what black flag is? It's a bug spray. He walking around in Walmart and he's spraying all the produce with the black flag. How many people went in there and brought that stuff before they found out that man had sprayed that stuff on the fruits and vegetables in the store? So you don't know what people are doing to the foods and stuff in these stores. So you have, what better way for you to avoid any of that stuff like that than to go and grow your own stuff. Grow your own stuff. Look at all the recalls and everything. Um, what happened with the lettuce and all of that stuff. If you have your own stuff, look at the price of eggs right now. No, you can't grow your own eggs, but you sure can get a chicken and they can lay their own eggs. You look at the price of the eggs and stuff in the store. It's like, start thinking around those things and doing some things that's gonna, you know, push your family forward. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to depend so much on what they got going at the stores and everything. But grow the food that you already got there. You go into the store. A lot of us like we bought it in the New Year's. What's the New Year's? The thing that everybody like to the tradition everybody likes to have for New Year's. What is that tradition? Everybody gotta cook a pot of black eyed peas. But you gotta go to the store to buy the black eyed peas. Well, why you going to the store to buy those black eyed peas? Take about 20 of those black eyed peas from out that bag, and instead of throwing them in the pot, go out there and stick them in the ground and grow your own black eyed peas just like that and have them fresh. You got lima beans up in your cabinet. Go stick a couple of them, go get 20 of them lima beans out of the bag, stick them down in the ground, grow your own lima beans, and stop going to the store to get all of this other stuff. And y'all know the more and more this stuff keep going on. Listen, I done got a peaches from the store. Well, one of my peach trees got ran over, so it ain't no longer there. But I got one peach tree, another peach tree that's in my yard, way taller than I am, and it's really, really big. Pomegranates. I love pomegranates. Pomegranates are really good for you too. Um, I got about 6 pomegranate trees in my yard. I growed all of that stuff from the grocery store. So if y'all going to the grocery store and getting any of this stuff, grow your own food. Grow your own food. You can't go wrong. You already done paid for the seed and everything for them to grow it and everything for you. Why not you try and regrow it? You already done spent the money on it. Make your groceries pay you back. And and once you start to grow that stuff. Listen, you can even grow you get a head of cabbage from the store. You can regrow the cabbage. You get celery from the store. If you buy the celery as the one that's on the stalk, don't buy it all cut up and everything. Buy the one on the stalk. You can sit it in water, the bottom of it in just a little bit of water. It'll grow roots back on it so you can replant it and grow it back out again. I can go on and on and on all day with things that I've tried and I've done. Actually, when I go back home, I'm gonna show y'all. I got 2 cabbages that I bought from the grocery store, and I stuck them down in there. And sometimes you plant those cabbages like that, they'll give you back 4 heads of lettuce instead of the one that you bought from the grocery store. Onions, your onions. You know that little brown hairy part that they call the hairy part of the onion? You can't eat that no ways. Get that little bottom after you done cut it away from your onion. Let it go in some water, and you will see those little brown hairy things that'll start growing white roots right next to them. After it start growing the roots out of it, you'll start to see the middle of it start to grow up. It'll turn green. Start to grow the middle out of it. When it start to grow, you go outside and you plant it. Now, that onion, the hairy part of that onion that you done cut off and put it in water and it's now starting to grow roots, that one onion will then turn into 3 or 4 onions that you're growing. I'm telling you, you can grow the food that you get from the grocery store. But guess what? The grocery stores are now knowing that us people out here are smart enough to do this thing that I'm telling you all to do. So they doing everything they can to prevent us from being able to do that. Which means if they're doing things to try to prevent us, I'm telling you, your sweet potatoes and your potatoes, they're starting to do stuff where they put stuff on the outside of them that will prevent them from sprouting. So then if they put in stuff on the outside of them to prevent them from sprouting, then what is that stuff that they putting on the outside doing to us as people? Because we don't know what the hell that is that they put on this to try to stop the plant from sprouting. We don't know what that is. Thank you. Thank you, Black Coffee. Um, you don't know what that is that they're giving to us or what that is that they're putting on there to stop us from being able to make those things sprout because they want us to only be able to get food from them. But our ancestors and stuff back in the days, all of us have it on the inside of us. And I'm not just talking about people that are my color or whatever. This ain't got nothing to do with no color. It ain't not one of us in this world that does not have a family member from back when that was growing some kind of food or something in the some of us might be far removed because we didn't see it. We didn't get to see it visually with our eyes or whatever. but we all have the potential on the inside of us to grow our food. And I'm telling you, you looking at this stuff that's happening in this world, this stuff ain't getting no better. And guess what? With the tariffs and everything that's happening, you think your groceries and stuff is high right now. What you think finna happen with these tariffs that's going up? From Canada, um, and all of these different places. You think eggs are high right now? It wouldn't surprise me if eggs don't be $17 by next month. It wouldn't surprise me. Over in California, I had somebody come through and tell me. Not only did they tell me, she put it on her page, took a picture of it. A dozen of eggs, $13.99. And that's another thing. Y'all get eggs from the grocery store. You don't know how long those eggs been sitting there, where they been, what they feeding the chickens, because you do know whatever they feed to the chickens or whatever they feeding it to you also, right? So those are just things, and very simple things. I'm not telling you you got to go out and get 50 chickens and no none of that. Get a chicken per family member. If you want to keep up with your eggs, a chicken will sometimes put out 2 eggs a day. Most of them put out 1 egg per day. But then again, you have to look at it as you don't eat eggs every single day, unless you're one of those people. I do know people who do eat eggs every day. Me, we have the potential to get like 20 something eggs per day, which we don't use eggs every single day. So we end up with a backlog of them. But also to check your eggs too. We was talking about earlier tonight. You're paying all of this money for these eggs that they got jacked up to the ceiling right now. And some of them ain't no good. You can put your eggs in water. If that egg starts to rise to the top, that means that egg is not as fresh as you think it is. It doesn't mean it ain't no good. Now, if it's floating all the way to the top of the water, chances are you better take that egg and throw it in the garbage. But if it like floats halfway up or something like that, it's not that fresh, but it's still edible. But your eggs that sit down to the bottom and do not float, those eggs are fresh eggs. You get your own chicken eggs. You ain't even got to put them in no refrigerator, no nothing like that. We talked about all of that. Y'all go over and check out Gamma's live from tonight. So much information was given in there. And this I love to have these kind of talks, but y'all know over here, this is Life with Tashana. And y'all usually get like whatever it is that I'm going through in life. A lot of times I like to take y'all out in the garden, and I still talk about that stuff, all of this stuff out in the garden. I talk about all of this stuff wherever I be at or whatever, but whatever be on my mind, whatever I'm going through at that day, I don't care if it's something I'm going through with my family or whatever. This channel is about my life, and gardening is a big part of my life. My garden speaks to me. I ain't crazy no nothing, but I'm telling you, your garden will speak to you. You pour into your garden pours back into you. Listen, and don't give the excuse, I don't know how to do that. I ain't got no green thumb. My thumbs ain't green either. They ain't green. And what you don't know how to do right now, you can always learn. There's too much information out here to be saying, I can't grow nothing, I can't do this, and I can't do that. It's in there somewhere. You just have to pick it up and run with it. That's what you do. Pick it up and run with it. Thank you, Gamma. Fatima, all of our grandparents did this. We all need to return to what was this invasive species of human and pure evil. I'm telling you, it's in all of us. It doesn't matter who you are. We've all been in a situation where our family members have grown stuff. And yes, and guess what too? The things you grow in your garden doesn't necessarily have to be things that you eat. Because sooner or later, y'all know, everybody, when you go in the store now, do you see a lot of people paying with cash? How many of y'all how many of y'all go in the grocery store and see people pay with cash now? Cause it for me, I go in the grocery store, I don't never see nobody pay with cash. Sometimes I feel like the weirdo sometimes because I whip cash out in the store. Cause I try to keep cash on me at all times because you don't know what day you're gonna walk up in the store and then they tell you the machines is down or whatever like that right there. You can't use no card or no none of that. So if you ain't got cash, then you can't pay for what you get out of the store. But you don't always need to grow the things that only your family like because and I said that part about the cash because you do know this world is getting ready to move away from cash. Cash is not going to be it. You're going to need to know how to barter, trade with people. You know, they may have something that you need. Like some people grow I'm into growing vegetables and stuff like that. There's people that are into growing things that are medicinal. Like you know, medicinal medicine speaks into medicine. They know how to put different things together to make these same medicines, you know, these natural medicines and stuff like that right there. They may need some food for the day. You may need some medicine. You will be able to trade this person over here for what it is that you need. They'll be able to trade with you. We do it out where I live at all the time right now. Like I grow bamboo in my yard. People that do gardening and stuff like that, they looking for ways to make trellises and stuff like that for their plants to grow up on. Do I charge those people for those things? Nope. I'm always in it as to well, what you got over there at your place that you can give me ain't necessarily that because and you know sometimes they helping me by coming back and cutting it back some, you know, so that it doesn't get out of control or whatever. But sometimes when they come, they automatically give you something because they don't want to take something from you. They want to keep it as a balance. So we balance each other out. So they come through. One time we had somebody come and give us some duck eggs. Now they didn't work in the incubator or whatever. So I was just like, I don't know if I want to do that again like that. If I'm gonna do business with them again, then we gonna let your duck sit on the eggs and hatch them, and then we'll leave it up to you to go and steal her babies. That sounds so mean, but to take her babies and then give us what's due to us because you know it didn't work the other time or whatever. But you understand what I'm saying? Barter with people. You know, it don't necessarily have to be things that you know beneficial and other people want to buy them from you or whatever. They looking for that type of stuff. Then grow that stuff and use it. You know, you got to go back to the old days. I love eggs, but haven't eaten any in the last 3 weeks. Probably because they so doggone high black coffee in the store or whatever. But you know, if you can you know, a lot of people don't like chickens because of the noise they make. It's not the hen that makes the noise. It's mostly the rooster that get up with that crowing and stuff, waking everybody up in the morning. But let me tell you something, after they've been there for so long, it's almost like, you know, back in the days when you had the box fan in your window and it make that noise, after a while the rooster becomes just like that. It's like a noise that you can't live without. And I see people who be watching my videos when I'm out in the garden and stuff, and they love the sound of the rooster crowing in the morning time and stuff. So, um, you ever say yes, I'm ready to learn. I wasn't even trying to. Um, yeah, it's called bartering, and I love the concept. Yeah, we gonna let me tell you something. What the Bible say? Ain't nothing new under the sun. None of this stuff is new under the sun. We just gonna have to be able to revert back to it. And listen, I don't know why I'm freezing up so much. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know why I'm freezing right now, but okay. Everything we want. Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what was happening just then. It seemed like it was out of my control that that was happening. But like I was saying to you all, oh gosh, I don't know why it went back. This thing is all over the place. But you all, I'm gonna just take that as it's time for me to go ahead and end this live. And hopefully I've given a whole bunch of information out tonight that you all could use. But again, go over and check out Gamma's live tonight from earlier tonight. And you know, there's a whole bunch of information over there. And any questions that I wasn't able to answer tonight, y'all can come through at any time and ask any questions, especially when it got to do with the garden and all of that stuff. Whatever. Anything that I talk about over here, is ask questions if you'd like to. Um, so I think I done covered everything for tonight. You all, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through and hitting the like button and all of that good stuff. I really appreciate you for that. This has been Life with Tashana, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. We are also called a high class gardeners over here. And that just means we make sure we're growing something at all times of the year. The high class part just means we don't mess around with no bugs, no snakes, no worms, and definitely no frogs. Now, Miss Shauna, how you be out in the garden and you don't mess with none of that stuff? You heard what I said. I grow food. I don't play around with no bugs and stuff like that. My husband and my children deal with those things right there for me. Um, but we make sure we're growing, and whatever we're growing out in the garden, we connect it with something that we going through in our life, and the garden will speak to you in those ways. And you will definitely know um when you're going in the right direction or the wrong direction when you put your garden connected to whatever it is you got going on in life. It is definitely a manifestation or a report card as to how am I doing in this area of my life that I'm going through. So if you don't believe me, just watch. Go ahead and try it out. So again, I appreciate you all for coming through. Y'all have an amazing night. You welcome, Black Coffee. See y'all next time.